welcome back to 5 days of
5 days of bringing our film to life. This is day 4.
This is day 4. So we're 1 day away from being able to say the title of
We told
5
you.
Days of
We'll get it right on day 5.
Welcome back to day 4 of, what is it?
Welcome back to day 4 of bringing our film to life.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Welcome back.
Welcome back. Okay, so excited to have this conversation because we're getting into some meaty stuff.
Yes.
Things that we obviously dive way deeper and more specifically into in Watch Me. But this, I'm so excited to chat about because it has been such a topic for us. Most people are in, or most creative people are in this camp of creative versus marketability.
Yes.
Meaning like, the creative is more, the creative is the North Star and the marketability or the commerce of it, like how it fits in the market and how, the money is going to make sense or the investor conversations are going to happen is where the creative goes to die. A lot of people have that kind of incorrect thought pattern. And what we really want to bring to the table and talk about is the passion we have of creative meets market.
Yes.
Creative meets commercial.
Yeah. So 2 things can be true at once. You can have the business side of things and you can have the creative side, and both can exist. And you don't have to kill off the creative side in order for it to be marketable.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
And that's what we're finding in our pitch specifically is we pitch this film very commercial so that people are drawn in and they are intrigued by it and something that they could see themselves sitting in a theater watching over and over again.
Yeah. And this is something that happened, going to Sundance and, we speak about that on day 2, which if you haven't listened to day 2, definitely go back and listen to these in order because they really do build on each other.
Yeah.
So the Sundance episode where we're talking about bringing the pitch and just like trying a bunch of things, that's really where we got to refine and start understanding how we were going to bring this into investor conversations, how we were actually going to have conversations about money and our film and talk about the film in a way that inspires you to bet on it. But the thing is that, and that's really, we were talking about, the sex cult film, right? Where it's like, oh, it's a psychological thriller, sex cult film. But really that is like the low-hanging fruit, a small percentage of the bigger picture of the story. And every single time, we've had about 20-ish people read the film right now. Every single time they read it, after we've pitched it and they get excited and they're like, oh, interesting, tell me more. Like, I want to read the script. They say, this is way artsier than I expected it would be. And we get them with the commercial. We get them with the marketability of the project. But then you read it and you go on a journey that surprises you.
Yeah, you're really transported. And part of our funding strategy is pitching to non-film investors. So people who are not in the industry, have maybe never invested in film before. And so we really wanted to kind of be able to draw those people in. And a big priority for us with this film is creating a film that not only people want to watch it, but as soon as it's done, they want to start it over again.
Yes.
And Izzy did such a great job in her storytelling, in her writing, that is true. I mean, when I first read the script, I immediately started it over because I was like, wait, I need to figure out where things went and what I missed.
Like little Easter eggs, and there's a twist in the film.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, you can have a really great pitch, but you also do need that solid script.
Yes.
That solid piece of creative IP that backs up the things that you're saying. And I think when people read it, they're not going to take away, oh, this is about a sex cult. Like, that's not the thing that they will take away. But we had to really look as almost like investigators at the script and say, where are the things, like, how can we pull threads out of this and form it into a cohesive, marketable, commercial discussion that is going to help people get excited about it, to then be able to read it and be like, whoa, my brain, like the surprising element. My dad actually, I was on the phone with my dad the other day and he asked me, what's the thing that people are saying when they read it? And I said, they're surprised. I mean, this is a story for another day, but I was surprised writing it. Like,
right.
Like the twist that happens, it occurred to me at the same time as it happens in the script, and I went, oh, fuck?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. It still blows my mind.
honestly, it's...
And I've read it 100 times at this point. It's just, like Izzy was saying, you do have to have the story to back up your pitch and, you know, what you're giving to the market. And so one of the things we wanted to do early on as well was kind of bring people into this experience without sharing the script with everybody. Obviously, we don't want to spoil it for people on the screen. So we decided to do an event together.
Yes.
And it was partly to raise awareness for our businesses, and then partly to celebrate some amazing indie spunk filmmakers, and then partly to announce the film James on Rage.
Yes.
And we really got kind of into the nitty gritty of what we were sharing. We created some marketing materials, including a newspaper that was from the film's world. We created these takeaways that, you know, we had little matchboxes that if you know the script, you know that that's a big part of it. And so finding that artistic spin to get eyes on it and keep people intrigued was a big priority, and still is a big priority for us.
That is one of the best things that has built momentum for us, is leveraging creative elements of the script and turning them into marketable, tangible things. It was pretty cool because I didn't actually expect this to happen, but we had tables and we had them pasted up everywhere. These newspapers that Beck had designed that were genius, basically, you know, restaurants that are featured in the film, and there's a missing girl in the film, and like she's got an article about her in there, and there's articles about us, the filmmakers. And when I turned around at the end of the event and everyone had gone, all the newspapers were gone. Yeah. Everyone took them home with them, and they were like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. And so really putting your heads together and finding a way for the creative to be expressed in marketable commercial ways, because that's really what sticks with people, and that's what we love to help people do inside of Watch Me Make a Movie and my film programs, is like, how can we leverage the creative, not because you need to sell out, but because you need to sell in. Ooh,
that's good.
I don't even know if that makes sense, but like, it's working.
And in Watch Me Make a Movie, we will dive into the nitty gritty of how to do that, because, you know, in the filmmaking process, especially in development and funding, it gets tough. Yes. There's some really tough days, and to be able to have those creative elements that we can focus on some days is such a help for both of us. And I think it continues to give us purpose to do, you know, the hard or the uncomfortable things. It gives us a creative outlet, even though, you know, the script is done, the pitch deck is done, our, you know, visual mood boards, they're pretty much done. So when it comes to creative, you kind of have to think outside the box and figure out ways you can continue to flex that muscle.
Yes, 100%. I love talking about the creative meets commercial, because I think it's the doorway to more indie films getting made and more indie films going through the process of development and getting greenlit and production and all of that, and into festivals. And we are thinking about it every single step of the way. And I think that has a lot to do with the momentum that we've built. Also, in terms of this event, we literally because we had a bunch of sponsors, a bunch of brand partnerships. We break down how we did that, the pitch that we sent, the one sheet that we built, the way that we got all of these sponsors, so that you can replicate these things and do it for yourself. That's really why we're starting Watch Me Make a Movie and unifying ourselves together in this, because we just don't want it to be so hard. We don't want to see the film industry go by the way of, you know, 1,000 Marvel films and that's the end. It's like, let's get interesting ideas out there, and this is how we do it. We work together. We come together collectively, and we put our heads together to make really interesting, heart-stopping, great fucking work that wakes the industry up to you. Yes. That is what we want to help you do inside of Watch Me Make a Movie. So come and join us. The waitlist is in the show notes. And I love that we always point down. Like, I know. The show notes are below
show notes
somehow. There, down there.
Let me pull out the show notes.
Let me just pull them up.
Waitlist is in the show notes. Spots are limited, and we're so excited to see you in there. There's going to be some fun little giveaways, too, for our waitlist, and that's only accessible through the waitlist.
So
not on
join up,
platform.
baby.
Yeah.
And we love you.
We love you.
We'll see you there. We want to see you make a movie.
Thanks for being here. I love you.
So much love.
See you soon.
See you later. Bye.